Good day to everyone. Welcome to another video here at Made Farms. For today's video, we will show you how we introduce our new type chicks to our chicken coop.
So let us start at our first week-old chicks. This is our brooder. We use light bulbs to control the temperature, and we keep them in a small cage first so they won't exert much effort. After a week, they will begin to develop feathers and will start to fly and roost on top of our brooder. The feathers help them to cope with the temperature changes outside their brooder. We also feed them non-medicated chick booster to make sure that they get the right protein to promote better growth for the chicks. Their water is also filled with probiotics, so they're energetic and able to digest their feeds well. Now, after 2 weeks, they are now ready to be transported to our grow-out farm. So we're using same cage here, making sure that they are fully feathered before we transfer them to our farm. Make sure they all fit inside the cage. There are too many for the cage to use another cage. They're not too crowded during transport. It's important that before you transport them, you don't feed them. They won't get stressed. Let's now look at our brooder box. We use a deep litter method of brooding our chicks, and we utilize the behavior of chicks to scratch their bedding. So their bedding is composed of leaves and wood chips and falls down to another layer at the bottom. Because the floors are slotted, as you can see here, the right size particles that the chicks scratched falls down with chicken manure at the bottom. Now, using a rake, we can collect it and place it in our worm bin just under the chicken coop. So the shredded bits of dried chicken manure and wood chips will drop down and is collected in our worm bin. So as you can see here, this is our worm bin. Using a sieve, we can sieve the large pieces and produce high quality vermicast from our chicken manure and dried leaves. So here's an example of our vermicast, which we'll use in our soil-based gardens. And to make sure that the vermi bin is always moist, we use a PET bottle with a hole in the cap, so water will drip down slowly. So let's fill this up with water. While we're waiting for the water, let's look at the worms in our vermi bin. Search for some worms. So here's a worm, small worm. So as you can see, you can use dried chicken manure along with the dried leaves and shredded wood chips and leaves to use in your vermi bin. So here's the PET bottle with water. Make sure the cap is tight and make sure that the water is running. So by putting it inside the vermi bin, the water will drip down slowly and moisten our dried shredded chicken manure with dried leaves and wood chips. So there you have it, our automatic shredder, no smell, neat chicken coop litter for our chicks.
They spent about 2 weeks then afterwards they're now ready for the chicken tractors. So let us now introduce our chicks to our chicken tractors.
So let us begin by opening the top cover of our chicken tractor and placing a bamboo stick. Keep it open. Now let's start by introducing the chicks one by one or two by two. Slowly placing them inside. So before we transfer them, we make sure they're fully feathered so they can cope with the changes in the environment or temperatures in the environment. We also make sure that they have enough water and feed so they don't get stressed.
Now it's very hot here, so to prevent the chicks from dying because of the heat, we will put rice straw on top of our roof to prevent too much heat entering the coop. The rice straw will serve as a natural insulation, so the temperatures under the coop will not be too hot for the chicks.
Now let us look at how the chicks progress in their growth. These are a month old. They're starting to feed on the grass, and after a month and a half, the chicks have grown. They're fed with fermented feeds and some kamote tops and some kangkong. And given a probiotic drink to make sure that they digest their feeds properly. They also eat the grass and some insects hiding in the grass. So here you can see the layer type coop beside the meat type coop. So we started planting our annuals alongside our tractors. Here are eggplants and okra on the other side. So as you can see, the chickens are weeding and eating the grass for us. So let us now locate them to a new grassy location. So immediately after I've moved the tractor, you can see the chicks feeding on the new grass. You can see the chicks are the ones removing the weeds and the grass so our annuals or perennials can grow alongside them. So let's compare the soil the chickens tractor for us. As you can see, the soil here is very soft and is ready for planting compared to the soil in front of the chicken tractor, which is hard and it's filled with grass and weed. So by keeping chicken tractors, your grass is maintained and your soil is tilled for you. So here are chickens, 2-month-old chickens or 60-day-old chickens. We don't mind them staying longer because they work for the feeds and the board and lodging we give them. They till the grass, they eat the weeds and the insects and help till our soil for our plants. Join us next time for our next videos. We'll show you our goat and pig duplets.
Again, thank you very much for watching our videos. To learn more about our type chicken tractors or how we grow chickens here at Made Farms, please subscribe to my channel or like us on Facebook, Modular Aquaponics. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.